welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to cover what I'm going to be doing throughout February. It's my personal art challenge. If you've not been here for a while, or ever for that matter, you will not be aware, but every month throughout 2024 I set myself a personal art challenge. So it would be typically a material that I would practice using throughout that month in order to get better acquainted with it and understand a little bit more how it works and how I wanted to use it. For 2025 I'm changing things up a little bit. I do have a video on my art goals which I'll link up here, but my plan is to focus on something each month in a different kind of way. So for January I focused on just drawing Morocco because I was in Morocco for a bit, and then I wanted to continue with that sketchbook when I returned. This month I've decided to focus on this one image. Now I'll be honest with you, the reason for this is that we are a few days into February already and I was a little bit overwhelmed with everything that I could do, like all the options, not my capabilities, and I decided that it would be better if I just focus on one image for now. And this is prompted by something that I saw on my Facebook a couple of days ago from three years ago I think, which I'll share with you in an Instagram post. But I've picked this photo of Porto because I remember taking this photo and I was asked at the time why I took this photo. So one of the people that I was in Porto with, I had stepped into the road to take this and I'd stopped, and she looked and she took a photo, and afterwards she said to me, "Why did you take that photo? What about it drew your eye?" And I said it was the light across the top. Everything else is kind of like, you know, the same kind of tone, value rather, but you've just got this beautiful light across the top which is absolutely stunning, and I wanted to capture that. And I remember standing there with her, and yeah, I love this photo. So that's what I'm going to be focused on. What I've done in preparation is, well, I got out my polychromos tin and I just started to do this just to kind of get a feel for lines, and I was like, you know, I don't really want to waste my polychromos. I could use other pencils. So I actually got out I have this big juicy 4B jumbo Faber-Castell pencil, and I just did some little zoom ins. So I do have this tool, and in theory I could have used it to find different areas, but I didn't because it was late at night. I just kind of blocked it off with my hand. So here you can see it's this section just here, literally just here, and then this one is just here. This one is just this section, and then this is the entirety. And just doing little thumbnails to play around with composition, which is one of my 2025 goals. So these are some of the thumbnails I've done already. Then I was like, bear in mind this was at midnight because, you know, priority at the moment is work, not art. But this was using some new to me granulating watercolors that I just wanted to block in color very quickly to depict the different zones. So housing, road, sky, sunlight. That's all it is in its very basic form. I'm not sure why. I think that's because it was the darkest part up here. So just breaking that out. Then that's the sunlight, and then it comes all the way up here as well. And then, but it curves around. Okay, so just blocking in the color to get an understanding of the different zones is helpful for understanding the composition as well, in my eyes. I'm not a composition master, we know this. This is me just trying to do something that I would like to do. So that's my starting point. Then I went on, I'm not sure this will fit on my table, but I taped in 4, so let me show you this. This is basically an A4, but I took 2 A3 pages, I taped them on, and then I taped a line through them. So I have 4 on this big board, and my plan at this point is to use 4 different materials to do the same image, and I think that's going to be good for me. Now the materials, I'm not using the same materials on each of them, I'm using separate materials for each. So before I even think about materials, what I need to think about is which composition do I want? Do I want to do the entirety? Do I want to do a kind of exaggerated version? Or do I want to do one of the smaller thumbnails that I've kind of sketched out. I don't know, it's quite fun, isn't it? I mean, there's no end to the number of these I could do, but that's my plan, is to decide which one. Then the materials to choose from. I made a little list the other day of materials I hadn't done yet. So I have art materials not covered, chalk pastels, pan pastels, Winsor & Newton set of watercolours. I don't think I've done anything other than swatch them out here on my channel. My NC1 crayons, but I don't have a lot of them. I'm not sure they'd be suitable. Big brush practice. That's not going to work for this because I don't have the right paper on the board for lots of water. Intense blocks, that again requires water. Pastel pencils, I don't think you've seen those. I've got a small jar of pastel pencils. Watercolour pencils, jelly plate, drawing with graphite. I love drawing with graphite, and brush pens. I didn't show you much of the brush pens. I just showed you like the finishing of the brush pens the December before last. So my thinking is, for the 4 squares that I've got, or 4 rectangles, let's say we've got 4. I think one of them should be, well, one of them should be soft pastel, right? Because I've got the chalk pastels, the pan pastels, and the pastel pencils. So those can all go in that box. Then I've got my watercolour pencils, and I think that will work okay because we've got, the paper is a cartridge paper, but I would just be careful not to put too much water on it so it doesn't buckle. Then I think brush pens by itself would be tricky. I don't necessarily like the look of brush pens by itself. I have picked at this because I had white gesso and I wanted some clear gesso. I saw a lady on Instagram doing this really cool technique with a graphite pencil and then gesso and then watered down acrylics on top. But I don't think that paper would be able to handle it. It could be fun because it would be a painty. So we've got soft, we've got, oil pastels. We'll do that one here. I was just thinking I want something bold and a bit more simplified. Soft pastels, watercolour pencils, oil pastels, and what do you think? Should I do it as a graphite drawing? Or, I think that's gonna have to be graphite. Yeah, let's just do a regular drawing. I would have great fun trying to do that in a drawing. It would take me hours. Okay, so that's the plan, Batman. Yeah, so the other thing I'd considered, and which I put in a comment with Kilby on my last video, was colour. So part of me is thinking I should play with just one colour at a time because I am getting overwhelmed with all the colour. I'm like, oh my gosh, so much colour. But I feel like I would also find that too restrictive in this sense. So, and because I am drawn to this colour, we're going to go with proper colour. Apart from the graphite, I may fiddle with that, we'll see. My plan is to show you each of these, the process. That's my plan, because I don't want to be creating video that's just video for the sake of video, but lots of people have said that they are over art hauls, yay, and that they like to see more of the process when people are creating their art. I don't know, I don't get call my stuff art, but you know, my pictures. So that is my plan. I thought I would, each week I'll share with you the process of what I'm doing. It might be too long if it's just like real time, so I might speed through some sections, cut some sections, and talk to you while it's happening. So a voiceover like I'm doing now. But yeah, hopefully that is getting you all excited. I'm going to post that video now, or ASAP. This one, the breakdown of what we're going to be doing, and then on Friday I'll share the one that I've done. But you'll have to wait to find out whether it's soft pastels, watercolour pencils, drawing graphite, or oil pastels. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're excited. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, please. I'm really excited because I like to have an idea. Oh, I did something the other day, but I can't show you yet. But it's got me like really excited for just like, I love working in my sketchbook, but I want to be bigger than my sketchbook. I want to do things outside of my sketchbook. I want to get excited and like start from a beginning and finish at an end, and know the steps I'm taking to get there. This is probably the control freak in me. So I'm really excited because I feel like this is a good stepping stone to being able to think and work like that. So I'm going to stop waffling. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in my next video very, very soon. Don't forget to give it a like if you made it this far. And yeah, take care. Bye.